And we're live. Good evening, everybody. Nobody's here yet, but
They'll be here eventually.
yeah, let's let everybody start getting in the room, and we'll start the conversation.
Come in the room.
Yeah, for real. I got a young lady that I want to promote before we start the show, or while we're in the show, or whatever. But she's 20. She's like 26 years old, and she started her own company. She's a chef. She left New York. She's living down in Miami. Actually, you know, where she's at right now.
Mm-hmm.
And she started her own company. She started her own candle company. The dope part about it is that these candles, they're scented candles, but she's incorporated her love of cooking with the concept behind the candles. So it's pretty dope.
Give me some sofrito candles.
Yeah. We're going to have sofrito scented candles.
Yeah.
Just like mommy used to make. The big sis Millie Mill, we see you. Good evening. But yeah, the candles are dope. Great, price right. Chicks love candles.
Yeah.
And she makes them like designed after food. Like this is like 2 donuts in here. I don't know if you can really see it, but wait, hold on.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, right. And this is chocolate cake cinnamon scented candle. And it's dope because she puts like self-affirmations. Yeah, don't worry. Oh, donut worry? Don't worry. It hasn't happened. And if it did, then what? Pretty dope.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I'm gonna show her IG in a minute. Man, every day is a new news day. Should have just gone wild.
Yes.
We're gonna save that for next week. On the midweek chop up. If not, we'll do something a domingo or something. Because we're gonna have a lot of shit to talk about. Good evening, Miss Angelica Reyes. Mr. Samuel Torres, we see you.
What's going on, everybody?
I got marble mouth, right? Crazy.
Need the corks. Gotta get some corks, kid.
For real. But yeah, I think El Domingo Gabriani, you're gonna be on, right?
I don't know. I gotta let you know.
All right. Yeah, I want to shape that all out. Because then if anything, maybe we could do a Sunday joint. But tonight, everybody who's in the room right now, tonight we have a special guest, fashionista, if you would, stylist and wardrobe specialist, Miss Khaliah P. Clark. She's going to be on the set tonight, telling her story, and I hope everybody is, ready for it. She seems like a very energetic and entertaining young lady. She has a great personality. And she's down in South Beach. Salute Samuel Torres. We see you. She's down in South Beach right now, and she's giving up a little bit of her time to come on the show. And I think everybody's gonna enjoy this because she has a lot of character. So, this should be a good one. Super entertaining and full of life, if you would. Mr. Raul Santos, we see you. So, what's up? We ready to go?
Let's do it.
Let's go, people. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Mr. A, with my partner,
Selly, the Prince Sasson. R.I.P. Prince. Today, we lost him a couple years ago. Man. So it was either high heels, butt out jeans, or the purple shirt. So I went with the purple shirt.
I'm surprised you didn't opt out for the balls out jeans.
Nah, I wasn't wear the butt outs, but I was like, might be too early for that.
Yo, it's crazy how fast the time is gone, right? Like people pass away, and it's just like it's been years already.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. And he's left. Did you hear the story about his vault?
No.
So I'm gonna tell this story, and then we'll jump into the show. So evidently, Prince had a vault where he used to put all his music. So basically, like I write a song, I finish it, I record it. All right, I'm gonna put this away. So he had a vault, and he has this vault filled. They said he had enough to make like, I don't know, 100 albums locked away. He forgot the passcode.
Wow.
What? But later on, he figured it out. I guess he remembered it. But that vault has tons and tons of hits.
Got some joints.
Could you imagine? Like Prince was that dude, musician.
Yeah.
Write, play. He played almost every instrument you could think of. So I can
multi-talented.
Yeah, super multi-talented. But before we start the show, I just want to promote this young lady. Her name is Khaliah Richberg. I don't want to mess up her name. I know I'm going to. It's just difficult sometimes when you where is it? Yes, I got it right. It's Khaliah Richberg. So Khaliah is 26 or 27 years old. She left New York City to pursue her passion in the culinary arts. So she's a trained chef, right? While she's down there, she starts her own business. And the business is a scented candle business called Scented Affirmations. Now, if you've seen this on your screen, this is her website. It's scentedaffirmations.shop. And she has all her scented candles here. She has like body scrubs. Everything is really reasonably priced. But ladies, I know how much you love scented candles. And fellas, if you want to get your lady a gift, this is a great spot for it. And I have one of them here. This one is called the Chocolate Cake Cinnamon Scented Candle. And what she does is, like I said, she took her love of the culinary arts and she designs these candles. I don't know if everybody can see, it's 2 donuts and cake in the middle.
Donuts.
But it smells like dessert.
I want my sofrito order, kid. I want that green, like smelling like mommy's sofrito in here.
For real. But yeah, for real. I mean, listen, like more than anything, I just want to salute this young lady. I mean, being so young and jumping out on her own as a young lady, she left New York City when she was like 22, 23 by herself, went out there and made a life for herself.
Good luck for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So, salute to Miss Khaliah Richberg. Everybody check it out. It's Fomel Candle Company. So I believe that's food and mellow. So go check out her scented candles, man. They popping for real. Oof. Young chick doing big things.
Entrepreneurs, do your thing.
For sure. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, like I said, we're going to bring on our guest, Miss Khaliah P. Clark. Miss Clark is a fashionista, wardrobe specialist. She's somebody that if you go into the red carpet or you doing something big, she's going to dress you and get you right. So the set welcomes Miss Khaliah P. Clark, who's adjusting. There she goes. You ready, Miss Clark?
You ready?
There, she's camera ready. There we go.
I'm gonna call a cab and Wet Willie's right now. Fuck the set.
Miss Khaliah, how are you this evening?
Hi everybody.
Hello. How are you feeling?
I'm blessed and highly favored. I'm here in South Beach, Who's Styling Who Live. So thank you for having me this set. All the viewers, hi. Should I adjust my camera? Can you see me? Is that better?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Mm-hmm. Now, everybody, I want everybody in the audience, just bear with Miss Khaliah, because right now you have to understand she is in South Beach and she is living it up, and we're on the cusp of her birthday.
And we're all jealous.
Yeah, and we're definitely jealous.
Don't say that. I hate when people do that. Do not say you're jealous. Right. Say I'm living through you. I'm happy for you. Certain words that you say that you put it out in the universe. Don't be jealous of me. Be happy for me. If you knew my struggle, you would toast to my success.
Oh, we're gonna do that tonight.
Got you. All
so
right.
Right now, everybody in the room, let's get a pre-happy birthday to Miss Khaliah. She's turning 27. Coming soon.
Yes. Shout out to all my teen moms that didn't get a show. We out here.
It's funny that you say that, because I always make reference when I speak to my daughter about that damn show. They vilify people of color, young ladies, for having babies early, but these bros got a show. Isn't that crazy?
And they're able to buy houses, and we have to live a different life.
Mm-hmm. So let's get these birthday shout outs over here popping. There we go. So
Happy birthday to me.
we're living vicariously through you right now. So, Khaliah, often when we have people on the show, I like to start at the very beginning. So, why don't you tell the audience where you're from and what started your love of fashion? Where did that originate?
I'm from Jersey.
Jersey.
Dirty Jersey. Everybody from Jersey, stand up. I reside now in New York City, but I am definitely from New Jersey. What started me in the fashion industry? My love for fashion started really just dressing my friends when we used to go out clubbing. And I just didn't want them to go out looking bad. So if I look good, my friends had to look good. And I winded up meeting people in the industry because when I started off back then, I didn't even really know what I was doing because, you just know. I knew people in the music industry, so they would give me like CDs and different things like that. And I would use the CDs to get into the different clubs, like the big parties. And then I met a young lady. Her name is Maxine. Finally, I did another interview and I didn't say her name. Roger McKenzie, he was the fashion editor of The Source. He brought me into the industry and he introduced me to Maxine. But before I do that, rewind. I used to work for a company called Baller. I used to work for Ruff Ryders Dirty Denim, and I used to go to Magic and work the magic show where it's a trade show. If people don't know what that is, where you go and you see all the different streetwear brands. So a man named Dwayne Walker, he had a brand called D's Classics. This is in 1999.
Jesus.
I went in, I was a model then, and he hired me to, his friend actually, Clarence, hired me to be a model. And when he met me, they had given me the tags, like the tags that go inside, the hang tags that go into the labels actually that go inside the clothes. When he met me, I had did a whole collection with his hang tags, with his labels. I had a fur coat. I put his labels. He made a dress. I put his labels in the dress, and he was like, "You're gonna be somebody. What even possessed you to do that?" I was like, "Well, we're going to be where fashion is, and that's what the brands do. They use a sample of something. This is one of one. So nobody has to know that you didn't mass produce it yet." And I learned when I walked that magic show the first time it was probably like 1990s. Yeah, like 1999. I fell in love. All the fashion, like every brand possible was all under one roof. It was the most exhilarating thing that I've ever experienced in life. And now 20 years later, I rep brands. I take brands from the ground up, as well as just being a celebrity fashion stylist.
So Khaliah, you do this first fashion show, right? You said you were a teen mom. You had the baby already, or were you?
Yes, I have my daughter. My daughter is 24 years old. You ready to laugh? So my daughter, shout out to my daughter, Moet.
Let's
You
go.
see how we follow the steps? So my daughter, Moet, yes, 24 years old. So I'm a mother of a 24-year-old. It's gonna be 25. So shout out to all my MILFs. Yeah.
You still with us?
Oh yeah, I'm here. I didn't know if I was supposed to keep talking.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So did you have her in the midst of your career, like early on, or?
No. I already. Oh, hold on. The lobby's getting packed. Let me move.
Ladies and gentlemen, the set is on location in Miami. If you
Yeah.
just joining the show,
We're going there live next
They
time.
got really loud real
yeah,
quickly.
for real. There you go.
Yeah. So I didn't have her while I was in the industry. I actually wanted my daughter to be proud of me for something. So I decided to have a career, and that's when I decided to go into the fashion industry. You couldn't party forever, so.
Very true. Very true. So, Khaliah, at this point in time, you get this opportunity, through this gentleman, for these little things that you do as you're hired,
Mhm.
being a model. What is the next step for you as far as breaking into the business? Because you were a model, but how did you make this? What was the segue for you to make the move actually to getting into the business?
I worked for Baby Phat, actually. I used to do their runway fashion shows. Shout out to my friend Patricia McNamee. She was working at Baby Phat. I actually got the card in Magic, gave it to her. She winded up applying when she got out of college, and she got the job at Baby Phat. They always needed, different help for different things. So they would hire me as the venue manager, and I would run the fashion show, like the venue, being like in charge of the venue for the Kimora Lee Baby Phat fashion show. So I did that for probably like 2 seasons. And then there was an opening at the store, and I got to work at the Baby Phat Fat Farm flagship store.
Mm. So, do you start at any point? Did you ever consider designing your own line, or was it strictly, I like to place people and make them look correctly?
I always wanted to start my own line, but I just didn't have the funds actually to do it. So I learned what is called product placement. So I would take people's brands and get their brands on celebrities. And then I learned how to source, which is finding different vendors from all over the world. And what people don't know, like a lot of people think like when they shop at Rainbow or Fashion Nova or Pretty Little Things, these people source. They have other vendors. They're not making all these garments. So, and then they partner up sometimes with celebrities and then they promote it. So I learned that early about product placement. So if I would I would take brands because I always didn't have the big client, but I would take other people's brands and give it to stylists that were styling bigger artists and get them product hits.
Wow.
So is there like a different parts of the fashion where this is a longevity thing? I'm gonna go do this. Is there something that you thought of, like, or you just found your niche and like this is what I love?
I saw Misa Hilton sitting in a hot tub, and I'm like, I want to do what she does. I didn't even know who she was. Later on, she was the one that made me an award-winning celebrity fashion stylist. She gave me my first award. I'm like the Jada Pickett from Hillman in the fashion game. I didn't go to college for this. I pretty much just hustled my way in. I was a worker, everything that I did, I worked. I worked for a movie. Like I said, Roger McKenzie. We did this movie. It was his first movie. He was a big star. He is a big stylist. He was the editor at the Source, and now he was doing his first movie as a costume designer. And I was an intern. By the end of the movie, I was wardrobe supervisor. So the best advice I could give anyone trying to get in the industry is that you have to work. You have to create something that doesn't exist. You have to make yourself indispensable. And for me, they used to call me FloJo. I would run over anybody to get the job done, to make sure that Khaliah did it. I always wanted to be known as the person to go to. So that's why I call myself the product placement queen, because I could take any brand and make your brand hot. I worked with Busta Rhymes Bushy line back in the days, Karl Kani, Heaven or Hell, a brand. So I've been in the game for a long time. I've seen brands come and go. But what I never gave up was streetwear. I never followed trends. I never cared about high end because that wasn't my people's brands. Like, they didn't care about us. So I never pushed Gucci, Louis, and all the high end brands. I would push random brands that nobody ever heard of.
Mm. I think it's interesting, a very interesting point and a necessary one, Khaliah, that you're making, because as you said, you didn't go to college.
Right.
You were building yourself up through your work ethic.
From the ground up.
Yeah, from the ground. And I think that's something that everybody needs to understand. It's not always the letters you have after your name. You could have that BA, that MA, whatever, but it doesn't speak to work ethic, right? Or understanding of what it takes to really make somebody look a certain way for a certain.
Taking us to the pool. She's taking us to the
pool. Yeah,
we're
going to the pool. Oh shit!
Some palm trees, something.
And I think that's an important message that you're sending. One and two. The other part of it was that you also emphasized that you didn't push the bigger labels. You were more towards, as they say, urban labels. People that reflected you, that were trying to push their work. And I think that's important as well, because we definitely need to support one another. So having somebody like you with your feet in the door could definitely take a brand that's trying to make their mark and get them placed somewhere proper where they need to be.
But what's crazy about that is that doing that, I learned that my people don't know business. I really fought hard for brands, like a brand like Gino Green Global. I remember when they first came out and they really hit. They had a huge marketing team. Everybody was wearing their brand, but then the Chinese was bootlegging them quicker than they were making products. So you have to watch. And then, it's our people who will say a brand's not hot. We stopped wearing FUBU at one point. We stopped wearing Peli Peli. Only certain people wore certain brands all the way to the end of time. We never stopped wearing Timberland. Timberland's not black owned.
Right.
It's funny. It that speaks to the problem. It really does. You gonna say so?
No, God.
Oh, that point that you made speaks to the issue, because it demonstrates our inability to stay on message, right? And that message is that we're the ones who set the trends. Why the fuck are we breaking our necks to give our money to people that don't give one fuck about us?
Because we are so consumed of wanting to fit in. That's what I've learned in the industry. And I hate to, blast them, but a lot of the big stylists, they never supported streetwear because that's not what was in. We are trained to think high end. It's all about all the high end labels, even though it's like it's our costume. Like when you come in as a stylist, you're taught high end. I never came in as a stylist. It's not that I wasn't taught high end. That's just not what I could afford. So I had to be realistic. I wasn't going to go out here and sell myself for some red bottoms. You know what I mean? I wasn't going to go do, degrade myself for a Gucci purse. Anything I did because I wanted to do. You know what I mean? So for me, I felt like any brand that I put on was designer. Like if it's especially a lot of people that I know, like if support is free. So if you know somebody that has a brand and you really support their brand, you're supposed to support it like it's these labels. When you put on any high-end designer, you were the first of, this was before social media, you felt good because you spent a lot of money on your clothes. We had Salvatore Ferragamo and different brands like that. But there were so many other Black designers that we never shine light. And even Black stylists weren't pushing them. They were charging them to put their brand. And I just felt like when I was I am a stylist. When I came into the game, it was my job to make sure I could push brands, especially, my people's brands, and put them on the rack and let them get first choice, because it's like an obligation of mine. Like we have that power. But I quickly learned from a lot of my peers that that's not what that wasn't the narrative they were pushing. Now everybody is support Black owned brands, but I fought very, very, very hard for Black owned brands. And a lot of Black owned brands don't even want to be considered just Black owned, because they'll use us to shop, and then when they make it, you'll start to see that the ads switch, and then it becomes a cultural brand.
You want that product, you want that reach.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're the number one consumer, but we're also the number one group of people that can destroy something, and we have to remember that. Like, we create trends, but we also destroy them. We say we're not going to wear jerseys. At one point, jerseys were in, and then we stopped wearing jerseys. New York stopped wearing jerseys. Only real basketball or football fans stayed true to it. Now the 90s are back. So what happens to all that stuff? Like if you bought all that Coogee and you don't wear it anymore, you just gave it away. Now those sweaters are worth
crazy
a
money.
lot of money.
I got some jerseys in the closet waiting for that style to come back.
It's crazy because Coogee, you know, at the gate, when I started seeing like big wear Coogee, instantly I always thought of Bill Cosby, right?
Oh, right.
But Coogee, you know, the brand itself, to me, in my mind, was always a great look in that it was something very different. So when
but it's an Australian brand. It's
right,
not a black-owned brand.
It's definitely not. And then do we get money from that? Right? I'm promoting, and we've done this forever, right? How long did it take Run DMC to get a sneaker deal through Adidas? Meanwhile, they were getting all this free promo.
I remember in high school, like Ralph Lauren, and remember, like, wasn't there like Ralph Lauren made a comment or something about urban gear, you know, like us wearing it and stuff. So
yeah, they don't make
for years
for us.
This issue.
Yeah, and meanwhile, dudes is getting thrown in jail because they running up in Macy's and boosting Low and Hilfiger and all this other stuff, and they're not really rocking with us. But that's a great thing, Khaliah. I think that you having that at the forefront of your work and what you did is very admirable. And I think that a lot of people should understand that, you know, again, you got to stay on message because we do set the trends and we do also kill the trends. Right?
I wish it was that easy. I look back in my career and I just try not to be bitter.
Going up.
It's a lot going. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
You know, I just try not to be bitter because I worked really, really hard and I kind of get the short end of the stick a lot. You know, being a woman in this industry, sometimes if people just think you're always on your back to get ahead, and that's really not the case. I come to a table, sometimes being the only woman at that table, but coming with clothes. Like that's all I really have, clothes. Well, that was all I had in the beginning, and my knowledge of how to style somebody with no budget, because I didn't get a budget until much later on. When I finally got a budget, I didn't even know what to do with the budget. Yeah, you want me to get it? No problem. I appreciate it. No problem. So, sorry.
That's all right.
I was taking over the lobby, and then a whole bunch of people came in, so they didn't want them to steal my stuff, but that's fine. That was great of them.
Well, I want to ask you a question. This is more geared towards your work, because I see that you styled one of my favorite characters from The Wire, and that's Bodie, Mr. J.D. Williams. What was it like working with J.D. Williams? Is he, you know, is he still grounded and has he got that Hollywood feel to him, or he's still from the
let me tell you something. J.D. is one of the most humblest person I've ever met in my life, and he was the first artist. Well, he's my first celebrity client because when he the whole point of him allowing me to use his name, that was when The Wire was super hot, and that's what really got me hot, because I was able to use all the different brands that he had, you know, that I had access to or didn't even have access to, because he was hot at, you know, on one of the biggest shows at that time, and they wanted to give him product. So I got to use him to get more brands. So I always shout out J.D. Williams. He was my first celebrity client. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the comments. So I'm trying to read the comments and answer your questions at the same time.
You could answer them too.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me, am I on something? I don't know. What did they say?
Somebody said that?
I think so, Reed.
She's scrolling. She's like, who said that? I actually at one point, because a lot of agencies were like, there were a few agencies in the Flatiron district. So seeing actors was, you know, a regular occurrence. And I saw him one time in the Flatiron District, just walking casual. And the crazy thing is that he actually looked like his character. So when I read that you styled him, I was like, I need to know, did this kid go Hollywood, or, did he stay to, being himself?
He is so Newark.
Oh, he's from Newark.
He's from Newark, New Jersey.
Wow. Okay. You don't pronounce it like that though, right? Pronounce it the right way.
I'm not from Newark, so I'm from West New York, New Jersey. So I just say what they say, Newark or something like that. But I'm not from.
Did you work on any other shows like that, like The Wire? Like,
I didn't work on The Wire with him. I just was his personal stylist. So whenever he did anything,
appearances
that wasn't that was appearances. Or red carpet. Gotcha. I definitely got to style him.
So Khaliah is that woman that when you do an event, you hit her up and be like, Khaliah, I'm doing, this gala, or I'm doing an appearance here, or, I'm getting an award. Khaliah comes to the crib with a rolling rack and like 40 different looks. And she goes, try this on, you know what I mean? And then she'll dress you and then you flossing, right, Khaliah?
Yes, I don't force anything on my client. I just tell them what looks good. Mm-hmm. I don't. If it doesn't look good, I'm very honest. If it doesn't look good,
right,
you're not gonna wear it.
I said flossing, like when you put it on, you flossing.
Oh, flossing! I thought you said you force him to wear.
No.
Him to wear something. No, I don't force them to wear anything.
No.
I think when I dress people, they feel very good. They be flossing in the look. Yes.
There you go. So she's that, like, that's her thing, right? So now, Khaliah, presently, what are some of the? I know in this environment it's tough because of COVID, but now recently we started opening up. People are moving around. As you can see, we see you in South Beach. But
South Beach is beyond. They don't even know what COVID is. Yeah, they don't have. There's no COVID rules here in South Beach. Like, no one has a mask. You'll see. Watch this.
Nobody's wearing a mask.
They hooking up right there. Give me your number. Do they even do that anymore? I don't even know.
Yeah, right.
Give me your IG.
So what are some of the things you're working on presently?
Presently, I have my own show, which is Who's Styling Who. You can follow it on YouTube, Spotify, Stationhead, Vimeo.
What's the concept of the show?
It's about fashion. I break brands and I break artists. So artists that come on the show, I like to play their records. And if they have a brand and they're artists, that's even better. But I focus a lot on fashion, but a lot of artists love to come on the show. And in your words, floss.
There you go.
Where'd you come up with the concept?
Oh, shout out to Sam No Graham. He co-hosts on my show. He's on the chat.
Bro, Sam.
We have Mamonte topics. So shout out to Sam No Graham.
Yeah, Sam's the homie.
So Khaliah, where'd you come up with the concept of the name? Like, Who's Styling Who?
Like, this angle.
Why?
Because
you want to turn it?
I don't know. I just feel like my head looks lopsided. My eye looks this way. I'm like, oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining the show, Khaliah P. Clark has just revealed to everybody how self-conscious she is at this moment.
Yeah, I can't. Like, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, oh no.
As true gentlemen as Sally and myself are, we try to encourage her and tell her that she looks great and that everything is fine. And she's still not happy about it.
No, the bags under my eyes are designer. Oh. When I finally catch some sleep in real life, I'm an overthinker, so I never sleep. I'm always trying to think about the next way to get to the money.
Who's sleeping in South Beach? Ain't nobody sleeping out there anyway. Don't worry about it. You're good.
Yeah, for real. So the show is surrounding fashion and music. Right.
I've been breaking brands in industry for about Who's Styling Who. First, I was on several platforms. Shout out to Shampoo of YNBS. I was his co-host. We were on. We were on. The show was Smoke Session, and that was Street Market Radio. Then we went and we moved on to PNC Radio. Shout out to Alex. And then we moved to DTF Radio, where we stood there. And then he left. And then I did my own show at DTF. And then I just recently left DTF to just focus on Who's Styling Who and have ownership to my own show. Smart. And just promote it on my own network.
Now, most of the lines that come on, are they more urban or are they more?
There are a lot of the brands are up and coming brands. I do mix it with established brands, because that's like the whole niche to being featured with brands that are already successful. Shout out to like Starter or like a Cool Clothing or any brand that's pretty Bon Dutch. I've done tons of brands on my show throughout the whole 10 years. So any brand that has pretty much been popping streetwear wise, I've had on my show and they've sent me clothes. And then I would have guests be new brands, like a brand like Original Dawn or Royal Vision Apparel. A lot of these brands will say I gave them their first radio interview. Chase and Chicken Apparel. The list goes on and on. House of Humble, she's out of LA. There's so many brands that I rep. Richway. They're all brands that, you know, people, I either find them on Instagram or somebody refers them to me, and I just try to put them out there and give them a shot. So find people to let them know that there's brands out there, support. Hustleaholic. I love a new brand, like a brand that nobody's ever really heard of, and break it in the industry and give them hits. That's like so cool. First Verse Apparel. There's so many brands. Like I've been so blessed to have so many people send me clothes from all around the world. The Collective, that's out of Toronto. Collective by Sam Cassell. Mike Cassell, I'm sorry.
Oh, basketball player. All right.
No, it's not the bad. I said it wrong.
You corrected. All right.
Yeah, I corrected myself. Apon Clothing, they're out of Connecticut. Mastermind Clothing, they're out of Syracuse. So I find all these different brands, and I just try to give them a shot on my platform. When I started doing that, no one was doing that on radio, not even on the big networks. No one was showcasing brands. Now all the podcasts, all the radio interviews, that's what they do. Everybody has a fashion element into their show.
Well, you know what, Sally, I think we should keep in contact with Miss Khaliah, because, you know, we have our own photographer and we do photo shoots. And if they ever want to have a little promotion where they need two good looking gentlemen
like myself,
you know, we definitely love to
Let's
promote.
do it. Cross branding. I call myself the product placement queen. I'm all about branding. About branding. And I do have a brand. You mentioned that earlier. Yeah. It's called Khaliah P. It's my first and middle name. And I'm just promoting myself and that brand, Who's Styling Who. Everything is Who's Styling Who. My word, Mamante, that's bigger than a moment. And that's all I'm really doing. Just really trying to learn more about financial literacy, owning everything that I do.
Nice.
Promoting. I really want to get more into costume designing, so I'm doing more movies. I've had movies under my belt, but I want to do more.
Nice.
Wow, good for
now,
you.
Khaliah, your brand, where can we, see some of your work? Where can we see the Perry, brand?
The Khaliah Perry, I'm doing the website now, but follow me on Instagram, Khaliah Clark, that's my name. Everything is Khaliah Clark. You can Google me on all social media. Khaliah Clark, Khaliah Clark, Khaliah Clark. And I promote Khaliah Perry. It's a lot of like swimwear, two-piece, very like casual. I'm a traveler, so it's a lot of dresses, things that you can get. It's not just seasonal all year round because people travel. So I really push, like, if you need like cover-ups or little like tank tops or two pieces, like little short sets, things like that.
Nice.
This is Khaliah Perry. So I work out.
Nice.
I'm very much into custom as well. Like when I do artists, I try to get the artists to make their own T-shirts, promote their name. people would be so surprised how everyone loves fashion, but they really just don't know like different ways how to promote themselves. I'm all about promoting yourself. Brand yourself, brand yourself. Take a $5 t-shirt, $9 to print. Now you have your own brand, you know?
Wow. I'm looking at your IG now. It's heavy.
Khaliah, I got a question. I was joking earlier about the the jerseys coming back, but what retro style do you think is going to be coming back soon?
Every style. We're in no we're in no gender, and there's no anything goes right now. You have Nas X, little Nas X. He's wearing high stripper boots right now, sliding down a pole. You know.
That led to my
women. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, we're talking about fashion. You just brought up Little Nas X, and I just want to know, a woman as yourself, would you date a man that wears a dress?
I mean, Kid Cudi just wore a dress in tribute to Kurt Cobain. I mean, men in different religions, different heritage. Like if you're Irish, they wear kilts. That's a skirt. Like I'm not going to knock them.
Are you walking to Wet Willie's right now with him in the dress and the purse?
That's what we want to know. Homeboy,
I'm definitely not going to do that. No, I'm not going to do that. But I have friends that like to dress up in women's clothing. So hey,
that's all good.
I must say, men have the most comfortablest underwear. If it was up to me, I would live in men's boxers and men's briefs. Like they are so comfortable.
I thought she was gonna say gray sweatpants.
Gray sweatpants, Khaliah. I heard that's the next single.
I got it, Sam.
Yeah, is that the next single? Gray sweatpants? Is that what it's called?
I mean, you guys, it's a single that I've had out for a while. I just really don't promote it. I just promote when I do see guys in gray sweatpants. Shout out to Sam No Grab, because when I met him actually at another show, he was so amazed by my love. Like he's like, wow, like I've never, like, you're just like obsessed with guys in gray sweatpants. And I really am. I would want my husband to get married in a gray sweatpants tux. Like I just think it's just everything. It's something about it. I realized I thought it was just a gray sweatpants, but I'm finding out that it's sweatpants in general. It could be any color, but the gray sweatpants, oh
Lord. Oh Lord.
It's because I have visuals.
Okay. We can live with that. Everybody, everybody has a preference.
You gotta listen to my record. I'm shooting the video. Okay. I'm looking for the fellas with the gray sweats on. You guys should be in the video, actually.
Don't play. Don't play. We there. So Khaliah, you're in South Beach, right?
Right.
You just did a piece of work. You did a children's fashion show. Am I correct?
Yeah, Sunny Day Kids Fashion Week. I just did that. I've been doing it for 7 seasons. Sunny Day is a young lady who's been putting on a fashion show since she was 2 years old. She's 10 years old now. So yeah. Nice. She features brands from all over the world. Her mother, Letish Rose, an amazing woman, entrepreneur. She, has been behind it, of course, building and doing all the runways. It's just been me and her uncle. But we have broken some dope brands, given brands their first shot. Some kids will never walk the runway. And it's sad because African Americans, you don't see too many African American kids on the runway. So Sunny Day Kids Fashion, she definitely breaks so many young, cute kids. It's just so amazing. Please follow them. That's Sunny Day Kids Fashion Week on all social media platforms. We just did the show out in Boynton, Florida. It was amazing, an amazing venue.
The kids were so cute. We featured all Sunny Day. This was the first time she has her own website that features kids clothing. She has her own shop, Sunny Day boutique. So we featured all the brands that she's promoting and you can buy in her shop. And then we had Starter and a brand called Cleat.
Okay.
It's a denim brand that I bought. So it was an amazing show. We've been doing it for, like I said, 7 seasons. We've had Spray Ground. We've had me in New York. We've had the McClure twins in the show, the Jesus Girls. We've had so many young kids that have now gone on and they've been in movies with like Will Smith. And she was a publicist for Athletes First. And then when she became a mother, she just dove head in. And I give her so much credit because even though I was a stylist, I wasn't in the kids market. So she brought me into that. And it's been a blessing. It really is to see some of the kids. And she works with special needs kids. She puts special needs kids in every show. So to see those kids light up and hit that runway, it really touches my heart. It really, really does.
Nice. That's all about that work ethic that you've been speaking about. This woman took some vision that she had and she just put her work into it and made it happen. That's amazing.
I mean, thank you. I'm very humble because I know at any day this can all be, over for me. And I really have broke my back in this industry. And I think, I get very frustrated because I work so hard and people see me, they'll see me in the street with bags, like bags and bags and bags. Budgets are always low. So even when I do get budgets, I'm so like a penny pincher that I'd rather get on the damn train with 50 bags because that's more money in my pocket.
For sure.
So,
for sure.
And it's more money to put back into the business to buy more supplies, more jewelry, more bags. Because I go through duffel bags every month.
You need an assistant.
I wish if I could find a trustworthy assistant. Most of my assistants want to be me. They don't want to help me. They want to find a way in. And once they get in, they're like, why am I going to carry her bags? I can carry my own.
Yeah, it's got to be a cutthroat business, though.
It's a very cutthroat. And the industry is nothing but the devil's playground. Everybody's trying to win. Women always say that it's women's empowerment, but they don't. You don't really see a whole bunch of stylists run together. You don't, because we all do the same thing. We may call each other and be like, oh, do you have a brand? Oh, do you know this or person or work? I could get this. But it's so hard because if I outwork another stylist on their set, the person will contact you or ask you for your number. And if they see you giving your number, they're never going to work with you again. There's so many rules to it. And I failed miserably coming into this industry because there's no handbook. So everything you weren't supposed to do, I did and got ridiculed for it. So I feel like everybody should watch the show The Devil Wears Prada. If I could describe myself, that's me. I came in, I remember them, they're like, why are you wearing Rocawear sweatsuits? And why do you wear so much baby fat? I'm like, it's Black owned. They're like, yeah, but like, don't you have any other type of clothes? I'm like, no, I only wear like, I thought, we support our brands. So then the next day I remember because Mariah Carey, June Ambers was looking for people to go on tour with her for Mariah Carey. And I came in dressed up. I wore a fur and jeans and heels. And I was on the movie My Brother. And everybody was like, oh, she's a cute girl. Because I only wore sweatsuits and sneakers. And they were like, that's all you wear is sweats. I'm like, we're working. How are you supposed to dress? And your uniform is how people look at you. So if they see you in tights and a sweater, then they know that's what you wear. And they may not look at you as being someone in fashion. They may just think, oh, she looks good in sweats or tights. And that's me. Like, I never really dress up because I'm always running around. But I've learned over the years that I probably missed a lot of job opportunities because I ran into Beyonce in the elevator. and I had on a sweatsuit. And she's like, "Hi, I'm Beyonce." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I know who you are." She's like, "I have a brand, House of Darion. I hope you support it." I'm like, "Of course. That's where I'm on my way to." And it was just, I've been blessed because I've gotten hits on Jay-Z, Rihanna, all just from hustling. Just,
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Dennis Murphy. He was at RP55, that was a Zore Denim, Smack, different brands. They housed so many brands at one time that I was able to pull 5 or 6 brands. So even if nobody else let me pull, I still knew that I could go to one brand and get 5 or 6 looks from one company, Like I really, when I look back on my career, so many people have helped me, and that's why I help so many people. But you just gotta watch who you help, because everybody's not grateful. Everybody's just really looking for a way in.
Facts.
Wow.
So what's next for Khaliah?
What's next? To really tell my story, I wrote some books. I'm just waiting to get them cleared. Like I said, I've been in the industry for a long time. The pandemic showed me that here one day, gone the next. So you have to have a plan. I have multiple streams of income, sourcing. I'm really going, I was fortunate to go all over the country, the world actually, and do a fashion show with a designer, Edwin D'Angelo. I went to Egypt, Bolivia, Dominican Republic, where I reside now. And that showed me, like, it's just bigger than New York City. It's bigger than Miami. It's bigger than all the markets where people look to for fashion. So LA, when you see the world and learn fabrics and really know what fabrics are and quality fabrics and what's being made, you'll have a whole different perspective of fashion. Like, I know what it costs for garments to be made. So I'm not so big on just giving my money just to anybody, because you can give your money to high-end brands and it's made terribly. So I look for quality garments to promote, or just to wear, or just to use for my own brand.
I'm glad you said that, because I have a question behind that. Who has the best denim?
Oh, wow.
I happen to Khaliah, hold on. I happen to be a fan of the Energy line that's made by 60. Their denim is like iron. I have jeans that are 8, 9, 10 years old that are still in great condition because their denim is amazing.
I mean, honestly, for me, I'm gonna say maybe Levi's.
Okay.
Only because they've been around for so long, and I've watched them go through so many. Whatever's hot, they make that jean. But now with so many denims, there's so many denim companies that have good denim. I don't want to say one, because then 6 other brands. So I didn't even go with any brand that I know on purpose. Yeah.
Don't burn no bridges.
I plead the fifth on that one. I don't know. No one's cutting me a check, so I don't know.
There you go.
Yo, Mr. A, remember in Century 21 years ago they had that right when we was in Fort Hamilton.
Parasuco
has good denim.
Parasuco has a good denim that still stands the test of time. Sergio Valente had a good denim. Like, the shade part about this, now that you're making me answer, denim is not as good as it used to be. Indigo Red was a good brand that had a good denim. A good Echo had a good denim too, believe it or not.
Yeah, Echo has some pretty good clothes.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of I'm gonna blow myself up real quick. I actually had a piece or two of their denim line, and I wasn't a fan. I didn't like the way their denim felt on me. But yeah, Energy to this day is still like that fucking denim is just crazy to me, at least. But they don't make denim for big boys, so
How do you feel about that? Like, what's your favorite big and tall brand.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't necessarily shop big, like quote unquote big and tall, because they either make them like I wear a 2X, right?
Right.
So if I go get a 2X hoodie, they either make it like it's ridiculously oversized or undersized. It's never right where it needs to be. So it's very tough to really like get a product that it's like, all right, I like the way this fits. You know, the pants is always easy because it's a straight 40 and that's what works. But when it comes to, hoodies, sweaters and things of that nature, it's very difficult because everybody's cut is different. And now we're in the European phase where everything is small.
Yeah. If it's hoodies, I'm getting a Champion or something like that.
She don't have this problem. She's like, I could wear anything.
No, I'm laughing because you got to watch here in South Beach because a lot of the people will run up on you and steal your stuff. So I'm looking. Every time I look up, I'm looking because there's so many homeless people and they kind of prey on you. They'll run and just steal your whole entire phone out your hand.
Yo.
So I apologize about that.
No. You got to be safe.
Yeah,
we good with that. So we're gonna run these questions.
If you want.
Yeah. So Khaliah, we're gonna try a new segment with you tonight. Called Story.
Oh my goodness! I don't like to be a first timer. Is this you do this all the time?
It's simple. It's very simple. Just play along. We're gonna be good.
I am not liable for anything that I say.
No, it's all good. Don't worry about it. So basically, story to tell. So we're gonna make this simple. Basically, since you've worked in the fashion industry and have worked with, artists and actors, we wanted to know.
Let me take a sip.
This is an easy one.
Of my orange juice. I just like to drink in glasses. Sorry.
That's all right. So the question goes, what are your top 6 if you have rapper who transitioned into acting?
Oh, well, of course. Rest in peace, DMX. He was a phenomenal actor.
Very true.
Very underrated.
Super underrated.
I feel like Tupac Shakur didn't get his. I think he would have been amazing. Aaliyah wasn't. Are these all people that I've worked with, or
no? Personally, it's your choice.
In any order. We're not asking right. I don't think you're asking 6 to 1, right?
No, just whatever order that comes to mind.
Oh, 6 to 1.
I'm trying to think. But my favorite, my number one is Method Man, and I've gotten to work with him personally. So
how did I know that Khaliah was going to say Method Man? How did I know that? I knew it.
Meth was showing off, trying to take the shirt off yesterday. He was like working out.
It is crazy because as an actor, he was in a movie. I think it was Copland. He was in the opening scene. He throws a cop off the roof, and I was like, "Oh shit, that was pretty good."
He's in Godfather of Harlem now.
Yeah, but when I seen him in Power, I was like, "Oh shit! All right, Curtis, like this is a really good look because it shows Method Man grown, matured."
You got to see him in this Netflix. It's with the Cowboys. He plays a sheriff. It's crazy. It's a whole different role. About in Philadelphia how there was cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good movie.
Cool. That's what's up, Khaliah.
You got to throw LL Cool J in there, right? LL Cool J's got to be in there. No? Come on, you got to throw LL Cool J.
Do you like LL as an actor? LL Cool J?
I do. I have a story about LL.
Let's go.
In Magic, we were in the booth. This tattoo that I actually got in regards to Earl Manigault, it's the goat. Wait, where is it? Yeah.
Okay.
So that's for Earl Manigault. He had a brand called Goat Gear. I saw LL in the booth because he was working with Fubu, and then he went and named his album The Goat that year when we saw all of us get the tattoo. So yes, I love LL, but because he didn't shout me out, I don't remember.
So the actor, and it's crazy, and I'm having a senior moment. You have to bear with me, which happens often. The actor, he's one of my favorite actors. He played Earl Manigault in the HBO movie called The GOAT. He played in Colors. He played in shit. Jesus Christ, why can't I remember this guy's name? He was in Devil in a Blue Dress with Denzel Washington.
I don't know, man.
Oh man.
Google it. You got it right there.
Jesus.
Google
How did I
me,
forget his name?
baby. So that's 4. We only got 4. We got what we got?
We have LL,
Method Man.
we have, and Beyonce. She was.
You like her as an actress?
Gold member.
Don Cheadle.
Well, I liked her in Carmen, the hip hopper.
Did you like that? The hip opera?
Yeah, I did. Sorry.
I'm
trying to think. I can't think of who's a artist right now. You threw me off, and we don't have enough time for me to just sit.
What about Mos Def?
Oh, Mos Def. Common. Wow, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Common.
How can I forget? Queen Latifah. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Queen Latifah. I apologize. I'm so sorry. Queen Latifah, Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah is actually in my top. And, I honestly, shout out to anyone who's even transitioned and got that check.
Yeah,
really
for sure.
Serious actor. Let me ask you guys, who's your top? I said Queen Latifah. I said Common. You guys said Mos Def. Anybody else?
I think he's my favorite rapper actor. It's Mos Def.
Okay.
I think he's done a movie where he spoke I was gonna say Brazilian. They don't speak Brazilian. They
Portuguese.
speak Portuguese. So he was an act. He was a character in the movie. He had completely spoken Portuguese, and I thought that was crazy. I was like, "Wow."
Lord Jamal, son. Lord Jamal and Oz was good.
Yeah, he was. He was one feature. He he got something else coming up.
Yeah.
But I think for me, most.
We're missing someone that's really good. T.I. Do you think you like T.I. as a rapper, as an actor?
I think he's all right. I think he's all right.
He was all right in the movie with Denzel. He was pretty good in that. Yeah, Ice-T had a long career.
What about Ice Cube?
Ice Cube for sure.
Ice Cube is a good actor. I think he's more like producing wise storyline. He hasn't done something like really like dramatic for me. I like him as an actor, but
I know we're forgetting somebody that's super major, and I can't think of it.
Yeah, I'm sure we are.
Will Smith.
Yeah, Will Smith.
Yeah, but
pinnacle.
I mean, I think he's had the best career-wise as far as being transitioning from a rapper to a superstar. He's a superstar.
Yeah, no, he is.
Some might say he's more of an actor than a rapper.
Yeah, but he still raps now.
Yeah. Just,
on a whole other level.
Entanglements.
Yeah, super entanglements. So, Khaliah, we want to say that we appreciate you giving us your time.
Thank you. I'm sorry that the interview was all over the place, but live from South Beach.
Exactly. And you know what? That's what this is about. We're about real people telling real stories. And, to have somebody like you of your stature and experience come on the show and do it on location, it's a great look. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, follow me. Who's styling who?
Everybody, who's styling who?
Other part, the black one?
It's getting the 2-for-1s right now on South Beach, getting it in. Miss Khaliah P. Clark of Who's Styling Who. Make sure you follow her on IG and YouTube.
You guys have to come on my show as well. Let's do a cross promo. Where are you guys based out of?
We're in New York City, but we can connect. Okay. Yeah. We're more than willing and happy to come on your show. It'd be amazing. But
let's talk.
just to let you know, you're a part of the family now. So if you're ever promoting anything or have any updates that you want to, have the audience, reach out to them, or you got
I
to
want
do.
to come back and co-host.
You do? Come
All
on,
right, guys, I'm out. They fire me.
She said co-host. She's a third. That's it.
I know. I'm joking.
Look at. Listen.
I don't see no ladies here. Then they can ask me what drugs I'm on every week. No, I'm joking.
Well,
weed is legal now. Don't worry.
Yeah, for real. You're
It's
part
still
of the family.
420, guys. Everyone in the chat room.
Every day. So
no judging, guys.
Never. So you're part of the family. So if you ever have something you want to promote, update, or just bring out that, something new going on with you, just reach out. The platform is yours.
I will. I'm just everybody, please support everybody. Support the set. This is an amazing show. You guys have a great platform. I wish you nothing but success. Thank you for having me. It's been so much fun. Follow me, Khaliah Clark. That's right there, spelled right there. All social media platforms. If you're looking for a stylist, if you're a brand, you're trying to get on the next level, you don't know how to get celebrity placements, or you just don't know how to go about and maybe in marketing, hit me up. Who's Styling Who? Khaliah Clark. Follow me.
Khaliah, thank you for your time. We're gonna put you in the green room and close the show out so we can have a little talk afterwards.
Watch your stuff. Watch your stuff. Make sure.
Okay, I just want to shout out my mom. I love you. My daughter. I love you. Everybody who supports Who's Styling Who. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah.
Oh.
One more?
Huh?
You said, you got one more?
I was going to say thank you. I reached 500 subscribers on my YouTube. I was telling everybody to follow. So thank you. We reached our goal. So thank you, everybody who is following, subscribe. Who's Styling Who?
Well, stand by, Khaliah. All right, we're going to close the show. We'll come and speak to you, all right?
Okay.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what? Let me say this. We have guests come on the show, and sometimes I'm like, oh man, I wonder how this is gonna go. I don't know if they're gonna have fun or if they're gonna feel comfortable. And damn, she surprised the hell out of me. I was very happy to see that she was comfortable. She was very open about her story. She kept it real.
Keep it humble.
You gotta love that.
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Salute to our brother, Mr. Sam on Gram. Salute to you, brother, for the connect. And we appreciate everybody always coming out and supporting. We got a few more surprises coming down the pipeline. As I said, go support Miss Khaliah P. Clark, Who's Styling Who, and give our young lady, Miss Salathia Richburg, and her candle line, Fomel Candle Company. Make sure you look them up. Mother's Day's coming up. Go buy mommy a candle, or your baby mother, or whoever.
Salathia, I see you in the chat. I want a sofrito candle.
Yeah. So that we can have the house smelling like mommy when we're on our own. So, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be seeing you soon. I hope you enjoyed the show. And yeah, we out. You good sound, no closes? Yeah, there you go. Let's get out of here.